allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Enjoy, guys. Beverly.
Queda cógela así y después la...
Hola, hola familia, ¿cómo están?
Welcome familia.
Qué bueno que están aquí con nosotros esta noche. Tengo que hablar en inglés porque está mi jefa ahí. Así que, thank you, NAHREP familia, friends, and colleagues for being here today. We extend a warm welcome from our NAHREP Central Florida team. Having you today, your presence here is a testament of your commitment with the real estate and Latino community. And we are very, very pleased to have you here tonight.
Thank you to all of you for being part of the NAHREP. We really appreciate it for all of you guys to be here tonight.
Well, and that being said, let's start.
Let's start.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for showing up. I know it's kind of bad out there. I had a horrible experience with a lot of the traffic out there, but thank you so much for showing up. I wanted to first of all thank the sponsors, right? They're the ones who help make this happen. I want to thank Truist and of course EPA and Title And then our event sponsors, I want to thank especially BH Management, Prime Growth Solutions, and of course DH Horton. Thank you so much for helping us put this together. I want to introduce our first speaker today. His name is Jonah Gamboa. He's a realtor. Yes. He's the leader of Gamboa Real Estate Group. As a 17-year veteran in the housing industry, Jonah he's passionate about serving his clients as well as empowering them through educational mentorship programs, radio talk shows, and classroom instructions. The Gamboa Group has frequently been recognized as a top real estate team both nationally and in the state of Utah, including earning a place on the prestigious NAHREP Top 250 Real Estate Agents list for the past 6 years, and still counting, right? Yes. So Jonah enjoys creating wealth through such opportunities as long-term and short-term rentals, flipping properties, as well as a beachfront development project in Mexico, among others. He is passionate about sharing his investment knowledge and expertise through classes, social media, and mentorship programs. And as an active member of NAHREP, Jonah has a passion for serving the Hispanic community and the organization's mission of advancing sustainable Hispanic home ownership and wealth creation. Jonah was the 2016 president of NAHREP Salt Lake City chapter and is currently a NAHREP national coach and a NAHREP 10 certified trainer. Okay? Jonah was born in Mexico City and now resides in our state, Palm Harbor, Florida, with his wife and his 3 kids. Thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you.
Okay, anyway, I'm going to get
Let me introduce you to Daisy.
Thank you. All right. So, thank you all for being here today. You already heard that long, damn, that was long.
I know, I should have shown him that a little bit.
Yes, we do. So Jonah is not only a friend, but he's also on the national board. He's a great member. He's a great person to follow. He knows what he's doing, so hopefully he'll teach us a few things too. To my right, I'm going to introduce Vince.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, we're going to do them together.
Okay.
Not me, but we're going to do them together. Anyway, Vince, come on up.
Come on. What's up, everybody? I brought some shirts for you. Everybody knows me as the shirt guy, by the way.
No, you're the renovation guy.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So I don't have a bio for you, but we're going to ask.
He's got it.
You got the bio, so why don't you read the bio?
Absolutely. All right, thank you very much.
Do it, please.
Neapolitan. I've worked in the mortgage industry and real estate industry for the last 23 years and has been recognized as one of the top leading experts in the industry. He's known throughout the industry as Mr. Renovation. He's currently working as a sales coach through his consulting company, Renovate for the mortgage and real estate industry. Also, he is the author of a best-selling book, Renovate Me. Vince has done inspirational speaking for the last 10 years in the mortgage and real estate industry and has been a keynote speaker for some of the largest financial institutions all around the country with his brand, Renovate Me. And then I guess the motto of the company is tear down, rebuild, and rise above.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
I like that. We should do that
There you go.
at the end. Let's see who answers questions.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hold these.
There you go.
I'm not gonna give it all away.
Pull up that chair, puppy. Bring it over here.
Yep.
Come on, let's get started. You guys ready? My guest, I have a realtor, owner of his group and his team, and to my right, I have the owner of a renovation company. So, however, I want you to tell me, what is it that you do to continue growing? What do you do with your team, and why are you here today?
Okay, thank you. So I have a team in Utah. Believe it or not, you can run your business now virtually from other places. So I have a team, 17, 18, actually 18 years. We're planning to close this year is not as good as other ones, maybe like 50 million. We're gonna be around there.
Wait, you said 50 million.
50
Not
million.
15, 50.
No, 50, 50.
Okay.
50.
Got it. Got it.
50 million, and that's in the real estate side of things. We had to make some adjustment last year, you know how the market shifts, but right now we're preparing. I just got, some companies are downsizing. Right now is the time for us to push, and we just got somebody to start recruiting those agents that are leaving other companies. And we have a, that's what we're doing right now.
Oh, wait, you moved from Utah and now you're in Tampa, and you have a team in Tampa?
No, not yet. No, I'm talking right now in Utah. Now in Tampa, strategically right now, I've been waiting because I know there's going to be some cost to start it. So in the next 2 to 3 months, I want to start a team in Tampa. And so I'm running my team in Utah, even though I'm not there. I go about a week out of the month, a week out of every 5 to 6 weeks over there, just to make sure everything is good. And we are still producing and we're profitable. Now, I used to do flips in Utah. I have rental properties in Utah. I'm not going to sell those.
One
Utah,
time.
we have 19 doors, but those are like mostly single families. So they go about 500,000 each, just to give you an idea. And I have 3 duplexes there. Those are the rental properties. Now flips, I used to do a lot of flips there with my business partner, which he was a realtor to begin with. Now he's my business partner. He moved here to Utah in February, and now we are flipping houses in Clearwater. I don't know if you know Clearwater, Dunedin.
That's where we go to the beach.
Okay, that's where we are flipping houses, and we love it. So that's what we're doing.
Flipping houses. That's interesting. We're going to get back to that.
Okay.
So Vince, so he flips houses. He's an investor.
Got it.
Talk to me about what you do.
Yeah. So, all right. Can everybody hear me? Okay. I feel like this is going to intensify my voice because it's really loud already.
Yeah, I know.
But so what I do is, with my inspirational speaking career, I'm all about helping people first and foremost. What I do is I help others. I help others succeed. I help them with life events, sales coaching. I help people just across the country because that's my passion. That's what I do.
When you said life events?
Life events, like if they're having struggles, divorce, death, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all about helping people. That's really the bottom line, is that's what I love to do. But I've been in the mortgage business 23 years, and I've specialized in financing with renovation and construction lending, hence Mr. Renovation and my brand Renovate Me. So rather than the fix and flip side, on the traditional lending side, what people don't realize is that there is a renovation outlet for every single loan, meaning FHA, VA, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac. What I do is I teach to that aspect to the mortgage and real estate industry, and I teach them how to take traditional financing to help consumers get in properties that may not look pretty, or it may be dilapidated or distressed. It may have some issues inside. It may have an unpermitted work addition. It may have bare floors. It may have a lot of problems. It may have roof issues, HVAC issues.
But what I do is I help consumers understand that if they have an FHA approval, if they have a Fannie Mae approval, a VA approval, they can still buy that house and they can use a renovation loan. It's the same guidelines, it's the same underwriting guidelines, the credit qualifications. There is no difference in the loan. So if they're approved for a regular loan, they're approved for a renovation loan. The problem in the industry today is that most lenders don't know how to talk about it, and they don't know what the loan program can do. My job is to fix that. That's what I do. I'm renovating them.
Interesting.
You get it?
So, no, I think you guys hold the
Okay.
mics, you guys can hear me, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
To his point, right, on the loan, when you are flipping properties, which, I mean, are there still properties to be flipped?
Of course, there are a lot of properties flipped. I hear in Florida, seriously, there are so many. There are a lot of older people, I mean, respectfully, the houses are outdated. And so there are a lot of opportunities. We just need to identify those properties to know how to look at the properties, and there are a lot of opportunities here in Florida.
So are you using loans like he is to flip those homes?
No, actually, to flip homes, here is one tip, is private lending. You know what my private lenders, the number one source of private lenders? My past clients. I want to say that again.
En serio?
My past clients, they let me, I call them and they said, here is 200,000, here is 300, here is 150, and I work mostly with the Hispanic community. Just if you think that they don't have money, some of them they do. And then it's a win-win. They make 12% interest per year. I help them to make money, and I make money, they don't charge me any points. So,
I know.
I like that.
I like that too.
Okay.
I want to meet your clients.
Seriously?
they're my
They all
clients.
want to meet his clients.
They're mine, they're mine.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so your clientele, you're flipping homes, you say that there's a lot, so you're strictly in the Clearwater, Tampa area, or you're doing anywhere in Florida?
Well, no, I have not done any in Orlando area, just, I have done it
Pa
in...
Orlando no venga, ellos lo van a hacer.
Yeah, no, and I don't have any intention, so I'm doing it in Clearwater, Dunedin, and actually I've done some in Utah also. And also some of my business partners, they become to be my students because I also like to teach people how to do flips, buy rental properties. I teach them online and I do it in Spanish. All that I teach right now is in Spanish for my community. And sometimes they're like, Jonah, I want to do it, and I have partnered up with them and they do the work, and we partner up and we do it.
So you have YouTube, social media?
Social media, the Jonah Gamboa, #1, Instagram. You can go there, the Jonah Gamboa, #1. You can find me there, or you can go to Facebook and find me there like Jonah Gamboa.
Okay, so I want to go into steps on how you do it, but talk to me about, so who are you educating on those loans? Are you just educating loan officers? Are you educating the public? Are you educating agents? What are you doing with that?
Yeah, so right now, my sales consulting business is educating mortgage and real estate companies. With that,
Because lenders don't want to hear that they don't know what they're doing.
that's true.
Right?
They
I mean-
hate hearing that, but unfortunately, they got to hear it, right? And so right now in the business, with my speaking events, which you happen to meet me in Miami, right? What I'm telling people is that the biggest issue in the industry right now is people need to learn how to be uncomfortable. They've been too comfortable for too long. Everybody sat at home, made a ton of money, selling 2.5% and 3% interest rates. Homes were flying off the shelf, and now nobody knows how to get uncomfortable.
All right, talk
Well,
to me. Tell me how to be uncomfortable.
So getting uncomfortable is going back to the basics, rolling up your sleeves and going to work, doing stuff like this, coming out to events, going out in the public rather than doing Zoom calls and Teams calls. That's how they're going to be able to generate more business, by getting out there and meeting people. So like, for example, I've traveled all over the country nonstop for the last 4.5 months. And all I've been doing is going out and spreading the word and telling people, it's time to go back to work, guys. It's time to roll up your sleeves and go back to work. Stop asking me if I want to join you on a Teams call. Stop asking me if I want to join your Zoom call. I have no interest. If you want to meet me in person, call me. That's it. We got to go back to those kind of things. So hence talking to the mortgage companies, going out there, showing up at their office, going to the real estate offices, going and engaging with the agents, working with them in the office, doing things that nobody knows how to do anymore. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to change that, because in order for us to change with what's going on, we have to adapt to the change rather than fight the change. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, a lot of people got comfortable with sitting at home, right? So
I mean, I love sitting at home too, but
No, I can't sit
we're
at
not
home.
gonna make no money doing that.
I can't sit at
We're
home.
not, yep.
I'm not productive when I'm home. I don't get out of my pajamas when I'm home.
That's it.
I need to get up, get dressed, and go.
Yep.
But it's hard to get them to come back out, and right,
Yes.
and get your people out there talking to people and meeting new people. This business is not who you know.
Right.
This business is not who you know to climb that ladder. That's the corporate world. We're not in the corporate world. We are in real estate. So our business is who knows you. Right? Who knows you? Who's gonna find you? If they want a realtor in Florida, in Poinciana, in Kissimmee, in St. Cloud, in Orlando, where are you? Who knows you? So we have one end of the spectrum over here, right, where he's trying to tell them to come back out. What do you do to get your clientele besides using, is everything your sphere, or do you get new business with new people that you meet?
As a real estate agent,
And everything.
everything, no. I have radio shows. I've been in radio shows for 6-7 years in Utah. I have 2 radio shows. We do a lot with the SO, or Sphere of Influence. We have about 40 touches throughout the year. We contact them in different ways, mailings.
So you still do mailings?
Yeah, I do
'Cause I have
mailings.
agents that feel that mailings.
No, I think that those
don't
are
work.
one of the best things, because they get something. We do Popeyes. Every 3 months, we visit all of our top 50 clients. We segregate our clients by how many referrals they send us. Then we have the VIP, if you want to call them that. And we go and do Popeyes, my agents, and I don't do it anymore, but my agents do it. And every 3 months, they go and visit those families, and they bring something. So we are out there. We haven't changed. We just really, the change is we're doing exactly the same things that we were doing before, but more, twice as much. I mean, we need to do it twice as much to get the same results that we were getting before, or 3 times.
We have
So we have to, and this is a blessing. I don't know if you guys see this, but it's happening right now. It's a blessing. It's cleaning the market.
Yes.
The tough ones, we want to remain in the market. We want to get market share, and we should be really excited about this. This is just a normal process. And actually, this is making it's an opportunity for us to get tougher, to get smarter, to get better, and to have better skills. That's what's happening. It's an opportunity. You can look at it as an opportunity, or you can sit down and be like, oh, this is so hard.
I know, ay,
Yeah.
pobrecito.
Pobrecito.
El
If the
market
interest
está
rate will be
duro.
2% or 3%, now,
No entran clientes,
entran clientes.
right? No entran clientes. Well, you gotta go out and get it.
Yeah, we need to go out there and bring value. So you need to sharpen your tools. Like, how are you bringing value? Before it was just there. What values are you working on? Maybe it is the time to go after investors. You know, I want to sit with you. You want to invest? Right now is a great time to invest.
I have a
believe
good
it or not.
opportunity for you.
Okay?
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. What about if you start working with investors?
Right.
My investors, they buy, like I have one that we started 2 years ago, they have 5 houses already. Instead of getting 5 new clients, we have one, we taught them how to do it, and now they just purchased their 5th house in the period of 2 years. So what about if you start changing the way you think, and say, what about if you have 20 of those clients? There's 20 clients that they close about 4 or 5 in 2 years. That will be 100 transactions in 2 years. Now, it's going to be a little bit more work, and it's going to require that you learn more things.
Say that again. It's gonna require a little more what?
Work
Exactly.
and education,
Exactly.
and you're going to have to get maybe a little bit uncomfortable because you don't know how to do those things. Maybe invest and pay some classes so you know how to invest, to analyze numbers, so you understand how the investors think, how to do a flip or how to get rentals, and make those analyses so you can advise other people to do the same. So I think that it is a brilliant idea. You just go and start helping people to invest their money. You help them to create wealth. You're transforming their lives or helping them to do that, empowering them to do that. And they are going to remember you forever. They won't use anyone else because you really make a big difference in their lives.
I have so many other questions for you on that. That was excellent. But yes, point, right? So you're talking about, let's get the realtors and the lenders out there, let's go knock on doors, let's get them back out to work.
Yep.
Then what?
So then what is going back to basics, right? For example, one of the things that I'm doing is talking about what are we doing to strategize to get that business? Are we doing the open houses? Are we doing the door knockings? Are the LOs actually coming out? Are they engaging with the agents? All over the country, I've been to so many events, and I gotta tell you, the biggest thing that I've seen that has really irritated me is that the loan officers, and I'm just being blunt, 23 years in the mortgage business, they sit there and they wait for the next opportunity. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. And when that license comes down
And they
to
don't wanna work
renewal
weekends.
time, they won't be renewing. Because at the end of the day, they're not working. They're waiting for the next lead. They're waiting for the rates to drop. They're waiting for some opportunity. The opportunity is now. When I started in this business, when I was 20 years old. 20 years old.
And you've been doing business for how long?
23 years. Okay, so there you go.
There you go.
Now you know, right? So, the biggest thing that I tell everybody when I started in this business, I started working for $6 an hour. Not to mention, just so you guys know, I was a single dad and raising 2 kids.
Look at you.
Now, with that being said, when I jumped into the sales side, I was selling 7% interest rates with 14 and 15% seconds with 3 or 4 or 5 points on each deal. Stop telling me that this is hard. I don't want to hear it. You're making excuses rather than finding ways to get things done because you don't know how to go to work. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, for those that don't want to work, we want to work, right?
Yes.
We want to work, we want to make those monies, and we want to create those transactions. ¿Cómo tú estás buscándote el negocio ahora? How are you looking for business now? What are you doing in Florida? So you're waiting to put your team together.
Yeah.
Utah is rocking and rolling. What are you doing here? You just flipping? Looking for the
Right now I'm
opportunities?
flipping, and right now I'm gonna start looking for really good rentals. So if any one of you come across to some great opportunity seller financing, let me know. If you don't know about how to do that, please call me because I wanna be the buyer. And there are a lot of opportunities to do seller financing right now. This is my 2-minute commercial.
Gil, ¿viste? Cuando tienes una propiedad que no quieren, no se puede vender, llámalo a ver que él hace seller financing. ¿Viste?
So one of the things that I will tell you, how to get business even in Utah. If you don't know seller financing, that's a great way to help your clients. We have multiple clients, and they don't even need to have social security numbers.
But
they don't
seller
need to
financing, you have to have the property outright.
Not necessarily.
Lenders in the house. If you want to do seller financing, the property has to be free and clear of the loan, correct?
He's talking about not using a lender at all, he's talking about using the seller, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, but the seller can't do seller financing if the property has a loan.
It is subject to, it is an all-inclusive trust deed. Now, I'm not an attorney, I am not an attorney, consider you're a real estate attorney, but I like to buy them like that and I will take that risk. So you let me know, and it's subject to, and it's called an all-inclusive trust deed, and I would love to get your clients' houses for a 3% interest rate. And if we pay them a little bit extra, if we can, and the numbers make sense. Yes, I do in Utah, and a lot of other states. It's really common here in Florida. It's like, what?
But you've done those properties in several areas, right? Because I heard you were in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You're doing a few things
Yes.
with everyone everywhere.
Yeah.
But
No, not New York. No, New York. I wouldn't get there. The laws are not in favor of the landlords. It's more to
Yes.
you need to be careful. Tenant here in Florida, we're blessed. So I would just say, but here is the thing. You need to really invest in yourselves. If you do the traditional thing, that's not gonna change. I remember in 2006, I jumped in the market. It was hot. I didn't know anyone in the market. I didn't know anyone in Utah. And I started hustling 2006, 2007, and what happened in 2008? The market crashed. And everybody was crying about it. In my office, I remember there were 30 agents. There was just my broker there and me there. No one else used to go to work. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I took a short sell class, and I started doing short sales. And then I was the business that I have ever been. So you need to adapt. Somebody said, I think it was you, when the wind is going in a different direction, You don't fight the wind. You just adjust, see where you can take advantage of it, and once you adjust, you are going to go really fast. So what I'm just saying here is, I'm not your attorney, or your broker, just research about subject twos, talk to a real estate attorney here, because that can be a great opportunity. I have helped a lot of my clients to get houses with 4% right now, 5%. We just have a client that got 5% for the remaining of the loan, which is 27 years. There are people that are willing to do that. You need to find them, and you need to identify those opportunities. That's one of the ways. We are
You're
doing.
getting a lot of phone calls.
What's that?
You're getting a lot of phone
I
calls.
want another phone calls.
Okay.
801-835-9276.
See why he's making money? Right? He's doing well for himself. So you're flipping properties and you're finding seller financing. So you're doing great. How long you been in Tampa so far?
I got here a year ago.
It's about a year.
Yeah, and actually my business partner, just so you guys know, here's the thing. You need to really be looking for how to help people. It comes down to how can you help people. You were mentioning that. My business partner that he does the flips, because if you ask me how many hours per week I spend on the flips, I spend about 8 to 10 hours per week on my flipping business. It's a lot more profitable than my real estate business. I mean, if you do per hour, I make 2 or 3 times more than my real estate business with the agents and the clients call me all the time. How happened is I recruit this agent. He said, I want to do investments. Everybody trusts me that. But he started acting on it. And I saw one flip that he did. I'm like, okay, let's sit down and talk. You just don't do this. You actually take action. So we partnered up, 50-50. I happen to find the deals. He inspects all the projects. He does all that. Every day, he's there at the projects. And we can have 4 or 5 going on at the same time. And you can find people before him. I have some handymen that they were my past clients. And I used to just partner up with them and said, okay, you want to be the handyman? This is what you need to do. I tell them what to do. But because they were my partners, they were there and they were showing up and they were taking care of things. That's just one idea. So if you know handymen that they're really responsible and you want to get in business with them, maybe partner up with them. So if they have an opportunity to make profit, their incentive is going to be way larger than if you just pay them something. Does that make sense?
No, you make a lot of sense. Give me a second. We'll come right back to you. So, isn't he somebody that you want to have under your team? Someone that you can say, look, this guy is the one that's doing this. This is where you want to go.
Most
This is
definitely.
what you want to do.
Me and him connected right away in Miami, and we're still connected. So yeah, we're gonna do some things together. That's a definite.
So now you got somebody who's up and running. What are you telling them to do next?
So well, I mean, it doesn't sound like I need to tell him to do
Yeah.
anything. I mean,
Well, I want you to tell them.
he's doing it all. So right now, I would just suggest to everybody, first and foremost, stop listening to the outside world with all the shit that's going on. Just stop. Stop listening to it. Stop talking about the interest rates being high. Stop talking about all the issues in real estate and all the stuff that's going on. Because listen, it's going to change, whether you like it or not. You got to change with it. So stop. Don't pay attention to all that stuff. So that's the first thing I'll tell you. Stop listening to all that crap. You need to go out there and you need to do you. You need to go out there and you need to do what you do best. You're in real estate, you're in mortgage, whatever your business is, do you and do what you do best. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't give up. The other thing that I'm telling people is literally going out and hitting the street and finding the opportunities because they're there. Just like he's saying, they're there. Work with the investors, work with the agents, work with your LOs, work with your partners. Everybody's got to get out there and start creating the opportunities because they're there. Now, let me give you another example. One of my clients, I was sitting in their real estate office yesterday. I'm there for a sales coaching position for them. And what I do is I was looking at the MLS with the agents. I was diving in and I was looking at the properties, and they had a couple of listings and they were afraid of them. They were afraid of them because they needed some work. One of the offers that they got on one of the properties, they got a VA offer that came in, and she was terrified. She didn't want it. She's like, hey, I don't know, this isn't gonna work, and we're not gonna be able to take a VA. I said, why? She said, because it's got bare floors, it's got some issues, it's never gonna pass VA appraisal. I said, okay, you're right, it won't pass a traditional VA appraisal, but it'll work for a VA renovation loan. They all were like, what is that? What's a VA renovation loan? I'm like, don't you have a loan officer in the office? Their office is right there, I saw it on the window. You mean to tell me that your loan officer is not talking to you about that? No. You know what the loan officer was doing? Sitting in the office with the door closed. I mean,
What office was that?
I'm not gonna drop names, but.
There's a lot of lenders up in here that would like to go sit in that office.
But I gotta tell you, well, see, here's the thing, and I wanna tell all of you this. If you're sitting in an office and you are working in a real estate office, if you are not constantly walking around that office every day with asking one simple question, is there anything I can do for you today? Seriously, it's not hard. You're making it hard. That's the thing.
I want to add to that though, right? It takes two to tango, right? It's a 50-50 relationship. You're not gonna get the deal unless I bring it to you. I'm not gonna close it until you make it happen, right?
Yep.
50-50 deal.
Yep.
So it's, yes, we like to point fingers and we like to say it's all the lender, he didn't tell us, he didn't do this, but it's also up to us.
It
How
is.
much do we wanna grow? What do we wanna learn? What do we wanna do? Catch the ear of the lender that you're talking to. Talk to him, ask him, what kind of loans, programs do you have? Yes, all loan officers have the same freaking programs. Oh, I'm being recorded, don't record that part. All the loan officers have the same programs, yes, but it's also the relationship that you have. How do you explain it, how you understand it, who you can work with. So yes, it's the lender that has to tell you the programs that he has, but it's also up to us to know or want to know what's happening, right? We can't just push it all on the lender. Yes, we're realtors and that's what we do. Mira, él no cerró, se fue pa' afuera. But we need to be able to understand that too, right? So it's a 50-50 relationship. You get heated and you get mad and you want to point fingers, but it all comes down to both of us making it happen, right? One hand washes the other, both wash the face. Jonah. Front door. Hey, Natalie.
I'm here.
So, Dios mío, where we go with you? Where we go with you?
Well, in the meantime, I just want to say something here. If you're a lender, go and work with your realtors.
Exactly.
So, like in my office, I will tell you, Monday, my agents are calling the people from the open house, and they are
Wait, stop there. How many of you do open houses? 1, 2, 3. Wait, no lenders, realtors first. How many of you do open houses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 30 people that are in here. Lenders, how many of you go to open houses with your agents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, then we got a little more. That's good.
Can
Right.
we spin that though? What, as a loan officer, what are you doing at that open house with that agent? What are you doing to help that agent?
Helping us with signs, balloons, doing all the physical labor stuff, but
That's what they put you to
Okay,
do.
okay.
Who's your realtor, bendito? Te ponen a trabajar. Okay.
Doing like you said, what we had to do in the past to get over, that's what we gotta do.
There you go.
There's,
I like that.
there's a
And
few
then, And then
ways.
you talk and you're helping, you tag team, and I also, they're the star, so I ask them, how do you want me to handle the client coming in? Because everybody works different. I can have my own ideas of what I do, but I say, how do you want to do
What
it?
company you with?
Guarantee rate. Guarantee rate?
Guarantee Rate is a great partner of the
Great
organization, so thank you for being here.
No,
That was a
and-
good answer.
And I want to spin on that a little bit more though, because, as a loan officer, as a loan consultant, going and sitting at an open house with an agent, you've got to bring some value, right? You've got to bring value to the table, period. It really is about the Whiffam approach. The Whiffam approach is what's in it for me, right? So with that being said, you've got to go out there and not only just do the signs and put up the balloons and do things, but go door knocking with the agent. Go meet the neighbors. Go out there and do everything and prep and do all these things and go out there before the event. Go out there, if you know you're doing an open house Sunday, go out there Saturday and go meet the neighborhood and tell everybody what you're doing. Go out there and work.
You're
Go out there
lucky
and
if the
sell.
agent is knocking on those doors.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. If you're talking about they gotta drive each other, right? So they gotta, the loan officers and the agents, we gotta drive each other.
I
We gotta push
agree,
each other.
I agree.
We gotta push each other.
I love that.
So that's the thing, like, we gotta work together, because at the end of the day, they're not always gonna be fix and flip cash deals, right? They're not always gonna be traditional lending deals. You guys, we all gotta work together. We all gotta work together in some sort of fashion, but we all gotta push each other and we gotta help each other. Back to what we've been saying since the beginning, you gotta help others. That's where it's at.
I like that, and I like it's all about teamwork, right? Because
all
when you
about
go,
teamwork makes
when,
the dream work.
exactly, when you're talking to a buyer, they ask you who's your inspector, who's your lender, who's your title company, who's everything. We still got 5 minutes, okay?
We got the
5
hook.
minutes. It's a team effort, and you have to have that team behind you in order to close this deal. Because, you know, yes, we want to say that we could do it all ourselves, which we can, right? But we still need that team. He said something about it. He said something about we cannot be all cash flips. How much of your business is cash flips?
Cash, I don't buy in cash. I never get private lending or harmony lenders.
So you're buying with other people's money.
Other people's money, just always leverage your money. I'm not gonna be putting all my money there, and I can buy 5 instead of buying 1. So I'm just gonna leverage my money, and most of my houses, most of my flips, I get 100% financing for flipping. I just use my money for
Who's your
rentals.
financer? Who's your private?
So here's the deal. I have a lot of clients that they trust me and they know that I have experience, but I will tell you something. If you ever borrow money from family members
No,
or
don't.
clients, no, I get it from family members. Now they all refer me, like my wife's family members, they all wanna lend me money. I'm serious.
I wanna lend you some money.
Seriously.
They wanna lend me money, but here's the deal. From the beginning, even my mother-in-law, I will tell you a story really quickly. My mother-in-law sold a property, and I said, you want to, just lend me the money. And then when she comes like, you know what, I feel bad, I'm gonna charge you interest. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm making money, you need to make money. I paid her the interest. She took the financial advisor, she's like, keep lending money to your son-in-law. They were happy to do it. Now the sister is doing the same in New York. Now the brothers are doing the same in other states. And they're like, hey, he paid you 10, 12% per year. Why don't we invest? Now, here is the deal. One thing that I will tell you is if something goes south, you need to respond for that money. You cannot be like, sorry, I lost money, I filed bankruptcy. Just watch out for that. And with your clients, you better respect them. Last year, when the market shifted, we lost $75,000 in a house that we were gonna make $200,000. Still at the end of the year, we made money, but we paid our investors, and he said, here it is. And guess what? Those investors are like, whenever you need money, just call me. We know that you lost money, and you never let us down. So you build a reputation, and they will back you up. And believe me, they refer you all over the place. So they lend me the second loans. Sometimes I get harmony lenders like Beverly. You are a harmony lender or a private lender. You can get those type of loans, and you can get the loan. Sometimes I get 80%. And my other lenders, they bring me the other 20%, and I just bring money for the repairs, 50,000, 80,000, whatever it is. So I can leverage my money. Instead of doing 1 deal, we do 4 or 5. Does that make sense? So I don't do cash. And just going back a little bit is really do teamwork. We do Mondays, we call open houses. On Mondays, we also, as real estate agents, what we do
Accountability. Go
is
ahead.
accountability. We also do different activities, but we call our SOI. Tuesday, we do the Popeyes. Wednesday, we do more SOI phone calls over database. And we have specific times, 9:30 to 11:30. Thursdays, we go door knocking to the open houses, and the lenders can come with us, but most of the time they don't do it. Fridays, we do just listed, just sold. We call around, and the lenders can come and do it, but sometimes they don't want to come. And Saturdays, we hold the open houses. So my agents, they know what they're supposed to be doing every day. It's not like, let's see what I want to do. There is a system. And the lenders, you should be doing the same. For me as a realtor, somebody come like, give me your business. I'm like, no, let's build business together. That's what this is about. Let's get business for each other, not come and say, give me your business. It's like, let's build business together. Let's go and get it. If somebody goes and door knocks with my agents, believe me, my agent's like, I want to use you. We are working together. It's not like you're working for me, I'm working for you. We are working together, we are making it happen. And it is accountability. When you have someone else, like, oh, it's like going to the gym, oh, I don't want to go today. No, Vince is going to be there. I better show up to the gym, right? It is the same thing. I need to prospect, oh, really, there's a good movie. it's raining, no, maybe I shouldn't go. Oh no, he's gonna be there, I better show up. So what I will tell you is surround yourself through with people that are really successful, that they wanna go and conquer this business, not survive. But they wanna actually excel in this business, because you can do it, you just need to adapt, learn new techniques, new skills, and go and take names, or really grow.
Dime con quién anda y te diré quién es.
I like, sorry to interrupt, I like that part of the leverage because a lot of realtors, they have a cash buyer and they are happy, right? But to teach them that cash buyer can buy 5 properties instead of 1. So that's something awesome that you mentioned there.
And
Thank you.
I'm glad that you jumped in because I was gonna ask questions before my time is up. Does anybody have questions for Vincent or for Jonah?
I have a question.
I was gonna say, somebody, please.
So you both talked about the market and how, there's a lot of fear out there. How would you guys say is the best way to adapt and to maybe talk one of your buyers out of feeling that feeling of fear or overcoming those objections?
Fear of buying right now?
Yep.
Because interest rates are too high?
Yep.
Oh, I love that one. So here's the deal. Right now there is a great opportunity that most people are not seeing it. Right now there is a great opportunity that most people are not seeing it. The opportunity that we have right now is you can negotiate the prices. You can ask for a lot of concessions. And if you want to buy a new house, maybe I can talk to D.R. Horton because they have some specials and they have a special lender that they can lower the rates. And there are opportunities that later on you're not going to have. And here's the deal. People are saying that the interest rates are going to drop next year, right? Or maybe a little bit, not that much. But if that happens, don't wait for it. Because if they drop, everybody's going to go out, they're going to buy, you're going to go out there and compete with everyone else. But you bought cheap right now, and if that happens, you just refinance. So it's the best of 2 worlds, right? You just go buy and do that. So that's how we'll handle it.
I want you to answer that, but it's also you educating yourself, knowing what's going on. Listen, guys, I tell my agents all the time, this is not just a job. This is our career.
Yeah.
This is what we do for a living. So we need to be educated enough to educate our people. And if we can't educate our people, then I'm sorry, you really need to get out of the business.
Yeah.
I think that I want to say this, a lot depends on your mindset. If you believe that this is not a good market, how are you going to sell that to your clients?
Exactly.
And if you're not selling it, you need to believe it. I mean, I tell my clients, you're buying a house where you want to live in the house, as long as you can afford it, just buy it. We know what's going to happen. The house is going to keep going up in the long term. You have a fixed rate. The rents are going to keep going up. So which one do you prefer? Maybe in the short term it doesn't look as hot, but 5-10 years, you need to paint that picture 5-10 years down the road, and you're like, it's a no-brainer. And if the interest rates drop, just refinance.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I will also say to answer that in a different way is I don't sell rate. I've never sold rate. If you're a loan officer in this business and you're selling rate, there's something wrong with you. Nobody wants to hear about your 8% interest rate. What are you going to come to the office with? What about your products? I don't care about your products. All right? I'm going to tell you that straight up. I'm going to tell every single loan officer and every single agent in this room. All right? People want to work with you for you. You got to build relationships. You got to go out there and you got to work with people, and you need to sell you. Stop selling your products and stop selling rate. People are going to want to work with you for you. That's the bottom line. So if you're not out there and you're not building relationships and building and strengthening those, that's why you're suffering. Because you can walk into a real estate office and you can talk about your products. Well, I can tell you right now, every other loan officer's got the same product as you. You are not different than anybody else. I hate to break it to you. I don't care what your company is. You are no different than anybody else. What are you bringing to the table? What value do you bring to the table? And what do you do that separates you from the rest? That's what's going to get you business. Period. Done. This is why I dropped the mic.
There you go. So.
Oh, you want the mic now? Now you want the mic.
No, not really. I don't need it. I want Starbucks lenders. Come to my office with coffee. Anyway, so we've come to the end of our time. Was this not great?
I got a shirt for you, by the way.
Was this not great?
Oh, he wants a shirt too now.
No,
He wants a shirt.
Jonah's a part of the national board. Vincent has been connected with NAHREP for quite some time now. He goes to our events. He's side by side. Tomorrow he's gonna be in the Orlando one. I wanna thank you for being there with us and bringing
Always.
the information that you have.
Always.
Jonah, you're exactly, I mean, you're family too.
Si hablo español un poquito.
Oh, poquito.
I just say that already.
Dale fuego, mami.
But thank you for being here. We appreciate both of you. Thank you.